Okay. We got coming back from Cayman's, getting a chance to get some practice in, much needed. We did some good things, I think, the last two games there, competing better. And then we got a rivalry game tomorrow, be a Hornets Nest, going over to Idaho, and a really good New Mexico State team on Saturday. So hopefully we're ready.
So obviously you were talking about, there wasn't really a good video or a good way to watch the games. So what are some of the things from the tournament that maybe that you don't see on the surface stats?
I think we've gone into halftime the last four games with a lead. So we're obviously our second half, and it's really been our defense hasn't been what it needs to be rebounding wise, and maybe cut our rotation a little short, where guys are playing extended minutes. But it's hard when we had practice time, and our guards have been really. Jalen's been battling injuries. Isaac's got a bug. Gervais' been consistently available. Noah's had some stuff. Ryan Rapp's coming back from, being out 11 weeks. So we need better guard play, so the essence. But it's hard when your point guard hasn't been available in like three of the games, like shoulder, ankle, and he had a hip. So hopefully Jalen's recovered and we'll have him this week.
It seems that, again, just from looking at the stats, the shooting struggles kind of continued for Isaac. Is it a matter of just is he forcing things a little bit, just maybe some tough shots, or is it just not falling for him?
No, I think he's pressing a little bit. I think his expectations for himself are high. They should be high. And I'm just trying to get him relaxed out there. But I said, we need practice time, but he's battling a little bug. So that's tough. We need to practice. And hopefully he can practice today. He didn't get to practice yesterday. So, we need some guys we're just not comfortable offensively yet, to be honest, and neither practice time. I can't put it any other way.
It appeared, again, from the box score that Dion left the Old Dominion game early and didn't play against Colorado State.
He I guess this wasn't reported. He had kind of passed out.
Oh.
Yeah, so we were getting tested and stuff like that, so he wasn't able to return, and kind of indefinite there. I don't know if I'm allowed or whatever.
He landed on his head.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, actually, I don't know. Just kind of passed out.
Okay.
So it was obviously we're a little anxious in that. I don't even know. I don't remember the Nebraska game actually, because it's just kind of whatever, an incident that happened first half, and worry about that. And he's getting tested, and hopefully he's going. And thus far, as far as I know, it's been okay.
One of the bright spots, it seemed, was Vova's ability to kind of clean up on the offensive glass. I think he has 14 rebounds, and 10 of them are offensive rebounds. How much of a force can he be on that glass? And is it kind of is he have a skill at the offensive rebounding, or is it just kind of that he's 7'3" and just bigger than everybody?
A little bit of both. I mean, he's got good soft hands. He's often tipping it to himself because he's so big, and he's 265. He's a big, wide body and can use that. He's still, really, again, one of those things I think that set us back earlier. He missed about 10 days right when the season started. He's finally getting comfortable out there and got a little confidence and, expectation for a guy that size, if you look like Karnowski, who played at Gonzaga, and several others, that, if they can play 10 to 15 minutes their freshman year and be effective, then, you got to kind of build on that. But hopefully, he's been on the glass, he's rooting out guys and giving us it's another offense for us, especially when we're shooting the ball. we need someone to clean up the glass.
There's a bit of an emphasis right now, maybe with free throws with him.
No, he should be okay there, but I definitely he's in Coach Shaw's we call free throw rehab program. So there's several. We got 4 guys in that free throw rehab program that. But I think it's all we're all new to each other, and I think there's a little bit of that and getting guys playing through it, and so we just got to keep getting experienced.
Okay. Like you mentioned, a couple of injuries, people getting sick. Have you seen some guys step up? Has that been encouraging? And is there anyone that kind of stands up to you?
No, I think our front court has been really solid. Jeff's been great, Pollard. And Jeff, he's about a 20 to 25 minute game guy. He goes so hard, and we just need to use a short burst. But offensively, he's been terrific. Just really solid player. Really, he's in there watching film when I left. Vova stepping up. Tony Miller has been he gives us a tough inside guy that we need. He's quick around the basket. He takes charges, good defensively, guarding the on ball. And then Jazz has been one of our steadiest guys, and CJ will play both forward spots. So I think we kind of have an expectation of what. Duran actually can play. We're buried, and Deion's out. It's so we have some guys I think front court that can help, and we just need to get consistent on the guard play. But yeah, there were some nice. We see it in practice. It was nice to see Tony go in there and do some good things.
You mentioned Pollard's scoring performance in the past couple of games has been sort of a highlight for the Coug offense. Is that going to promote sort of a shift in offense?
I think anytime when his offensive ratings are there, probably is not using him enough or playing through him enough, and probably not what we expected based on previous 3 years. He was somewhat of an afterthought, but he's really, gosh dang, he gets better every day, it seems like, and just really steady. And his ability to space the floor with the shooting, but he's also good in the post, and he's throwing good passes out of there. And we need more penetration via the pass as opposed to the dribble, just getting paint touches any way we can. So we're bringing it, and I said same with Vova's in there. Tony's good in the post. Jazz is good in the post. So it's we just got to get more. We got to be more patient with ourselves and fight for good shots.
Now, LB is approaching top 20 in the nation for scoring per game. Do you expect some tighter defense to kind of approach the Coug offense in the future?
For sure. And I talked to CJ about, he knows that he's going to get the kitchen sink thrown at him a little bit, and he's just got to make others better. I think that's the next step for him as a player, and he's capable. I think he averaged 3 assists a game last year, and probably had a little more shooting out there with him, but putting him in the middle of the floor and making plays, and you'd see these NBA teams that put their best player, bottom line, put him in the middle of the floor where you can't provide as much help, and if they want to help, then hopefully we can knock down some shots, and I think we will. And he can put the ball in the post and feed the post and make good things happen.
And we're looking at a historic rivalry here on Wednesday against U of I. It's about the closest home game you can get on the road.
Yeah.
Does that really affect the team, being that it's technically a road game, or how do you think?
It's going to be hard. I think it'll be a hornet's nest. I think Idaho's going to be really juiced up for it. It's a great opportunity for them to play a Pac-12 team in their gym. We're really focused, trying to get back. We got to really focus on ourselves. I feel like, that's a cliche, but we're not. I told our guys we might have given them we're a first year together, and some areas we're ahead, and others we're working on scouts that are pretty in depth. And I'm like, you know what, we need to be more focused on what we can do to do better instead of worried about our opponent as much. But it'll be a good test for us. You're going to be the target on our back going into the hostile environment, and hopefully we're up for the challenge.
Seems like, especially in the last game, Tony's kind of really carved out a bit of a role for himself, kind of almost similar to what happened with Marvin last year, where didn't see a ton of minutes at the start, but just kind of played his way into the lineup. What does he kind of bring to the table that maybe you don't have at other points in the lineup?
He's our rugged guy inside, and he's quick. He's long, he's quick. He's a little undersized, but I don't think it matters that much because he sticks his nose in there. He'll take a charge. He's really good defending ball screen coverages, and it's a nice changeup. You got Jazz who can stretch the floor. You got Jeff who stretches the floor, and then Bova's just your wide body 5, stone 5. So John and Tony can play both inside and out. He can pull a guy out and make a shot, and then if they play him tight, he can blow by him, and he's good in the post. So he's kind of something we don't have. There's just different than the others. So hopefully he keeps coming.
You guys obviously have the 2 games this week. I think it's safe to say New Mexico State almost ended Auburn's Final Four run last year. I think they're, probably the higher prowess team between the two. How do you keep the focus on Idaho and not look ahead to Saturday?
We're 3-4. We're not exactly established ourselves as being where we need to be. We got every possession matters. Obviously, New Mexico State, I think they won 31 games last year, and last 5 years, one of the best programs out west. So just focus on Idaho and hopefully show some improvement. Get back to we didn't defend. We haven't defended and rebounded the way we need to keep improving. Great at taking care of the ball, but some of that's a function. We take some bad shots. We got to clean up the shot selection and fight for better shots.
San Francisco 7-1 right now, despite obviously some turnover with you and Coach Phelps coming here, Frankie graduating. Is it almost like a bit of a proud father to look down and see them still doing so well with Coach Golden there and big game tonight against ASU?
Absolutely. I mean, there's part of me that roots against them. No, no, I'm kidding. No, I really I enjoyed coaching there. I enjoy those kids. I think we had awesome attitudes, had a great staff. I'd be lying if I didn't say I check in and watch them when I can. And see a guy like Jamari Bouye is a guy that had the only offer he had was Fresno Pacific, not Fresno State and Pacific, Fresno Pacific Division II, and I think he's averaging like 15-5-5. He's a junior, and if we were a red shirt, he's a really good point guard. And guys like that just keep making, and it gives me confidence too, because that's been our signature. As guys get better year to year, if they keep a good attitude, work hard, proud of the program, that they'll buy in, they'll do well. So seeing guys do that makes you feel good, of course.
You're going to try and set up a Kyle Smith derby the next couple of years, Wazoo versus San Francisco?
No. No. Too many. I don't like playing friends, but I had enough of that in the WCC. I know all those guys. Randy Bennett was my mentor. I had to play him twice a year. Those aren't fun. Those are fun. I have no one in this league that I'm too close with, so that's fine with me.
When it comes to CJ, we know what he can do in the court. We obviously see him. But when it comes to his leadership, how do you feel like he's grown in that way, and how do you feel like he could be better?
Oh yeah, he is. Just plays a lot of confidence, and I think that he believes so much that'll inspire other guys. And then I think areas he's got to be more diligent on and stuff. But I got to remind myself he's 19, just turned 19 this summer. So like his, sometimes I'll leave him out there too much his minutes, and he'll be a little sloppy on transition D or something like that. And I got to you know what? He's just 19. He's kind of got a young body. He's going to grow, but he's just in some areas, he's ahead of the game. So he's good. He's going to keep better. He's really receptive to when I, talk to him and it doesn't get fixed right away, but he's growing every day, gets better.
This will obviously be your first time being a part of this rivalry with Idaho. Of course, you've been a part of a ton of rivalry games, but what is it about a rivalry game that excites you so much?
It doesn't matter what your record is before, and it's going to be. And these are guys that you'll play against in the summer, and they'll know each other. I don't know whose advantage that is, but just you want to walk around. When you go to Zeppos and you see Idaho in there, you want to make sure that you can walk your chest out. We have the rivalry, but it's going to be. We ran into him at Zeppos one day, and it's like, make sure you got that win over. Yeah, it's big.
What are you looking at the fan turnout to be for Wednesday?
You tell me. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm not, because I don't have check anything online. And someone said when they asked me about our gym sizes as too big, I got some crap for that. I'm like, it's pretty big for the number of people that live in Pullman. 11,000. We got to get a third of everyone to come out there. That'd be the equivalent of getting 2 million people to see a San Francisco game in the Bay Area. But I don't know. I hope there's some interest, enthusiasm just for the area, for Moscow and Pullman. And it's probably a good deal when both programs are doing well.